Hi guys, how's it going? Happy 12th of December. So for today's Advent Calendar's gift, I want to talk about boundaries, which is a really great follow on from yesterday's video where I was talking about confidence. So if you are somebody that has quite high confidence and you're quite sure of yourself and you know yourself quite well, I would imagine that you are quite good at saying no when you mean no and yes when you mean yes. And if you're somebody that has maybe like a lower level of confidence, you might struggle to say yes and no at the right appropriate times. So if you think about it, like what is a boundary? A boundary is basically you saying or drawing a line and saying, no, that's enough. Actually, you don't have unlimited access to me. Because what would happen if you gave everybody unlimited access to you all the time? You would just be not in a good place. Do you know what I mean? Like thinking about like your house. If your house was an open door and everybody just come and went as much as they pleased, and used your food and all that kind of stuff, it's going to really piss you off, isn't it? But you might have a good healthy boundary within your house, but what are you like within social circles? What are you like with your friends? So if you have a friend that only ever phones you up when either they want something or they want to talk about something, or they're always borrowing your clothes and never bringing them back, that is a boundary that may need addressing. So ultimately, it's really clear to know when your boundaries are being crossed, because it's your feelings will tell you. How do you feel when your boundary is not being protected? You probably feel like you're being taken advantage of. So have a little think about, where do you have a healthy boundary and where do you not have healthy boundaries? And how can you start practicing? Remember, we talked about in yesterday's video, just that repetition of practicing the skill of confidence so that you can say yes at the right time and no at the right time, so that you have a very, very healthy protected circle around yourself, and that you open up that circle for the right people and the right time, and actually you put a boundary in place to say that's enough, that's the limit, and I'm going to protect myself now, respectfully, from a place of love and from a place of peace. But for your own well-being, it's really, really healthy to create those boundaries. And the best way to do it is by communicating as effectively as you possibly can. Because if you don't say yes and no when you mean it, in a roundabout way, you're teaching somebody to treat you in that way. You are contributing to them crossing the boundaries. So I have about 7 clients at the moment. Could you imagine if I said to all of my clients, you can phone me every day and I'll try and be there for you every day? I would be so depleted. So I have a very healthy contract in place that says we have a session and we have light contact in between, and then that's down to me to draw that boundary and manage that in between. And it's the same, if I have friends where I felt like it was a one-way street, I would communicate that back and say, okay, how come is it you'd only ever phone me when you want something? Or if you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend and it was a one-sided relationship, would you feel like your boundaries aren't being honoured and respected? So it goes with family as well, doesn't it? So it's all about, who do you need to assert a more healthy boundary with? What are you doing to enable their behaviour? So first of all, take full responsibility for your own role in this. Remember that we teach people how to treat us sometimes because we let them know what's acceptable and what isn't acceptable. And how can you respond from a place of love and respect? By showing them that you are worthy and that you are enough and that you deserve to have your boundaries honoured. All right, have a great day.